Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story. It's called Follow the Protocol. My manager kept criticizing my communication. Apparently I wasn't following proper protocol. Specifically, I wasn't looping in every relevant person on project updates. Didn't matter if the email was a sentence long. If I didn't CC the entire organization chart, I was breaking the rules. Last week she actually wrote me up for sending a direct email to our client, without copying 3 different supervisors. So, now I follow the handbook to the letter. Ordering printer paper, I copy the entire management team, the IT department, and the facilities coordinator. Client wants to reschedule a meeting, I CC everyone who's ever worked on their account, plus their assistants, and sometimes their dogs, just to be safe. Now people are getting annoyed. My inbox is the new company newsletter. Yesterday my boss finally broke. She asked if I really needed to copy 12 people on an email about booking a conference room. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "I'm just being thorough, like you wanted." The next story is called Friday Reports. I'm responsible for sending 2 key reports every week to our biggest client. One is the Open Orders report, which I send on Tuesdays and again on Fridays. It shows everything we are currently fulfilling. The second is a shipping report, which lists what we've already sent out. That one goes out on Mondays to give a full picture of open and closed orders. I actually came up with the idea for that second report and requested the tool to generate it. It's kind of my baby. I explained to my manager that I sent the shipping report on Mondays because our system doesn't update in real time, especially not by end of day Friday. By waiting until Monday, I can pull accurate data from the entire previous week. The tool even lets me select the exact dates I want reflected. Apparently, this logic was too much. He sends me an email saying he doesn't like the Monday method because he thinks it's confusing. He believed, incorrectly, that by sending the report on Monday, it includes the same Monday and only 4 days of the previous week. So he decides, without asking any clarifying questions, to change my hours so I can stay late Fridays to send it then. No problem, I'm salaried, I stay late. But here's the kicker, I know the report won't be accurate. The system still won't be updated in time, which means Friday's data is guaranteed to be missing. Still, I follow orders. Before I send it, I even go to his office to double check and explain what's going to happen. I get maybe 2 words in before he cuts me off, practically yelling, "I don't care, I want the report sent on Friday." I say okay and leave. "You need to send it Friday, end of discussion." "Okay, manager." That Friday I stay late. I refresh the system a few times. As predicted, Friday's shipments are missing. I generate the incomplete report and send it exactly as instructed. Within hours he emails saying the report is incomplete and I need to send an updated version Monday morning. I don't work weekends, so on Monday I respond. As I mentioned previously, the tool doesn't reflect Friday's shipments in time. That's why I originally suggested sending on Mondays. If there's another method I'm unaware of, I'm happy to use it. But right now, the data in the invoicing report and the shipping report don't match. His reply: "The problem is you sent the report without checking it." My response: "I did check it. I just did what you specifically instructed. Unfortunately, the result was an incomplete report to our largest client." He doubles down, insists the information should be available on Fridays. He even checks with a higher up to confirm. Guess what? That higher up tells him the report doesn't update until 4:30 to 5:15 PM, when almost everyone is gone for the day. Most recent message from my manager: "For your interest, we can talk about when we want to send the report." The third story is called Emergency. I work at a call center, and my supervisor Janet has this thing about bathroom breaks. According to her, people abuse them to get off the phones. so we are only supposed to go during our scheduled 15-minute breaks or lunch. Now that might sound fine in theory, but let's be real, sometimes you just have to go. And it's not like I'm taking 20-minute spa visits. It's a bathroom. Last week, Janet pulled me aside and told me I was taking too many unscheduled restroom visits. She told me I needed to plan better and said from now on I could only leave my desk outside of break time if it was a true emergency. The way she said emergency made it clear she didn't think I'd ever have one. Now, when nature calls outside of my scheduled break, I follow her emergency protocol to the letter. I put my phone on hold and loudly declare I have a bathroom emergency and need to leave immediately. Then I rush off like I'm about to have a disaster in aisle 3. I do my business quickly and come back just as dramatically. No lingering, no time wasted. All emergency. Yesterday I had to go twice outside of break times, so I made 2 emergency announcements, loud enough for Janet and everyone nearby to hear. Both times I let her know this was a situation that could not wait. Coworkers are starting to notice and chuckle. Janet, on the other hand, looks visibly uncomfortable but hasn't said a word. The last story is called His Idea. A couple of years ago, I was asked to design an internal competition for employees. I created the entire thing. Format, communications, judging criteria, you name it. The program ran nationally, was a huge success, and the winning entry even snagged a prestigious external award. The next year, my boss was invited to speak at the national awards ceremony to present our competition as a case study. Naturally, since I built the whole thing, I put together his entire presentation. I wrote the slides, drafted his talking points and even rehearsed it with him. All went well, until it didn't. After the event, a few companies in attendance expressed interest in learning how we ran the competition. My boss set up meetings with their reps, invited me along and said, I'll do most of the talking, but I'd like you to listen in. I figured it was a nice gesture to include me and a great opportunity to connect with others in the industry. Then the meeting started. He opened with, so this was my idea from the start. And I thought, wait, what? He launched into a 15-minute monologue about his vision and how he supposedly led the whole initiative from day one. He introduced me as someone who helped with the setup on the day. I kept a straight face and nodded like a loyal assistant. Then came the Q&A. The questions were basic. Things like logistics, structure, tech platforms, how we got employee buy-in. You know, things I had personally designed and executed. My boss started fumbling, repeating himself, clearly had no clue. Eventually he turned to me. Actually, she can probably elaborate on that. With the sweetest smile and calmest voice, I said, oh, I'm not too sure on that one. Your strategic vision was fully integral here. I wouldn't want to misrepresent it. He tried again with a different question. That's a great point, but again, this was your brainchild. I was only part of the setup team. The silence was chef's kiss. He floundered through the rest of the meeting, while the company reps offered polite smiles that couldn't hide their disappointment. After the call, he was silent for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.